ॐ वेदान्तज्ञानं सकले समानं हन्तारमानं त्रिदशं प्रदानं गजेन्द्रयानं विगतावसानं श्रीरामचन्द्रं सततं नमामि. Among the various forms of governance, monarchy, dictatorship, and democracy are more popular. It is generally assumed that democracy is best form of governance. Dictatorship based on any philosophy and ideology is looked down upon. Monarchy is best treated as thing of past. Given this background, it is interesting to observe that whenever people talk of good governance, the phrase Ramarajya is still evoked today. The governing system followed by rulers of Ayodhya was monarchy, with king holding complete powers. But the system was robust enough to meet the aspirations of people. That system had backing of Shastras and was guided by sages. 8 ministers who were well versed in governance were supporting the king. There are multiple instances in Ramayana to say that people were actively involved in the decision making of the state. For example, we learn that Asamanjasa, the son of Sagara and Keshini, was banished from the kingdom because people complained about his bad behavior. He was throwing the small kids into water and therefore did not inherit the throne, though he was the eldest son. His 60,000 brothers met unfortunate death searching for the sacred horse their father Sagara left as part of Yajna. It is Asamanjasa's son Amshuvanta who later became the king. His son Dilipa was a great king, and it was Dilipa's son Bhagirath who finally makes Ganga come to earth and save the souls of his forefathers. One more episode of king taking the opinion of people was during the episode of Dasharatha taking the decision to make Rama as Yuvaraja, his successor to the throne. He openly discusses the matter with people and the representatives in his court. When they instantly agree to his decision, he asks them whether they have any complaint against him because they instantly agreed for Rama becoming their king. He questions them to understand the rationale behind their decision. Therefore, it is clear that some form of representative governance did exist in those times. Later, we learn that it is because of people from all sections and all part of country, because they were questioning Rama's decision to take back Sita after she was captured by Ravana, he thinks of abandoning her. It was not one illiterate person whose loose talk prompted Rama to take this decision as shown in popular films. It was a collective doubt of entire population, and bowing to public will is a sign of a good ruler. The style of governance in Ramayana is best explained by the name of their capital itself. The capital city was called Ayodhya, a city which cannot be won by war. In fact, we find that though rulers of Ayodhya were famed warriors, they were not interested in expanding their kingdom. We find Sugriva and Vibhishana designated as kings by Rama himself. They believed in stabilizing the governance of even an enemy state, and they were little interested in capturing power by killing the rulers. Ayodhya did not rule by waging wars, but by making friends. This style of governance best describes the phrase Ramarajya. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यां परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु।